All right, shalom, brother Ezra. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break down this scripture for you, and then I sent you the map so you can see on that map. If you look at the map that I sent you, if you are like in North Africa, up by where the arrow is pointing that says Suez Canal, if you were to walk straight down or travel straight down towards the bottom of Africa until you got past all those rivers, until you got to the end of the Nile River, the White River, the Lake Albert, and Lake Victoria. It seems like Lake Albert is where the end of the west of the White Nile is. And if you look on the map, the end of the White Nile, that's heading towards South Africa, where Lake Albert began and the Congo River and Lake Victoria. All that stuff is heading towards South Africa. So that would be beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. Now, I'm going to read that scripture and break it down to you how in that area there is a remnant. I'm going to read it. It's verse 10. From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, which is what I just explained, my supplements, even the daughter of my dispersed, shall bring my offerings. So that's saying that in that area, down there in South Africa, there shall be a daughter, which is a remnant that would come after. Like the daughter of Babylon is America, which would mean the child of the dispersed, which would be the children of our ancestors that were dispersed in 70 AD. Because that's when we were dispersed, was 70 AD, when the Romans took us down in Israel. They shall bring mine offerings. So he's saying that there should be a remnant in South Africa that's still going to be serving him and bringing him offerings. Because you only bring the Most High offerings when you're serving him, right? Verse 11. In that day, which is the reason it says in that day, because it's talking about the last days. Because we got to remember when this was written. So it was talking about future tense. In that day shalt thou not be ashamed for all thy doings, wherein thou hast transgressed against me. So in the last days, we won't have to be ashamed of what our ancestors did to the Most High by transgressing his laws. For reading on, for then I will take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice in thy pride, and thou shalt have no more be. You sent me a message and kind of mess. And thou shalt no more be haughty because of my holy mountain. So in that day, we won't be transgressing his law, and we won't be acting haughty and prideful anymore. Okay? Verse 12. I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord, of the Most High, Ahayah. So, down there in South Africa, where you can find these children of Israel that are in South Africa, you're going to find them in the afflicted, in the poor parts of South Africa. That's what that's saying. Verse 13. And the remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity. So this remnant of Israel that's in South Africa, beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, they shall not do iniquity, which is evil, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. So there's a remnant beyond South Africa, beyond the rivers of Ethiopia and South Africa, that are totally keeping the laws of the Most High God. They're not afraid of anything. and they don't speak lies, and they don't do evil, and they're not practicing deceit. So we got some brothers and sisters down there in South Africa somewhere, brother. Is what they're saying. This is the servant Ahayah. Okay? So whoever you've been talking to that's trying to say that there is not a remnant in South Africa, I just broke that scripture down for you. So now you should be able to go forth and break it down for them. Okay? Send me another message and let me know if you understood that. All right, brother. Have a nice night. Shalom.